Hey man, it's me Ryan here. Today we're taking a look at another one of my repair adventures. So over here we have a HP Envy from around like 2016, 2015, around there. And it came to me with two issues. One of it is the battery has some issues, and number two is some thermal related issues, saying that the computer itself gets a bit hot. I suspect it's due to the thermal compound, as well this laptop is about 3 to 4 years old now, and well, the thermal paste would tend to get a bit cruddy and maybe some dust in the fans, and for the battery I feel there's going to be some degradation issues. So with that, let's jump right into today's video. Let's go. So for this laptop, I decided to see why the manufacturer recommended a battery change. And it immediately became apparent as to why the battery needed to be replaced, as charging it for over 30 minutes doesn't increase any percentage. And in hardware info, the wear percentage of the battery was over 50+%, which means it has to be replaced. For the temperature wise, in burn-in test, it got a temperature warning and this stopped my test, so in that case it was thermal throttling. So with that, it became clear that I needed to do two things to this laptop. One of it is replace the battery, and the second one is to replace the thermal compound and clean out any dust. Plus, I decided to find the model number of the battery, which is right about here. As you can see, this is the model number of the battery, so I was off to a quick search on AliExpress with this model number to find replacement batteries, which well generally would cost very cheap, as you can't really find the original ones anymore, or if you say you do find original ones, they're often really expensive. So I was off to the typical AliExpress to order a brand new replacement battery. So for ordering a replacement battery, I just searched in the model number and a few units came up. I generally just use those with good reviews, or just that the company is a lot bigger, so let's say they sell other laptop batteries, then I will use them. And generally I try to look for the lowest price possible with good reviews. So after 2 weeks it finally arrived. It was time to replace the dead battery and clean out the heatsinks, along with repasting the thermal compound. I expected this process to go pretty much okay. Having finished this entire process and closing the laptop, I started to realize that when I was holding the laptop, suddenly it would randomly shut down with a loud click. It kinda scared me, as I have not experienced this type of things before, as I thought it's maybe I screwed in the wrong screws into the back cover, as I've tested it without the back cover with no issues. So my fears of screwing in the wrong screws into the motherboard actually started to suffice, as I don't really want to do that, as that would damage the motherboard, and this laptop annoyingly had different length of screws to fit into certain holes on the back. So after a long diagnosing of the laptop, I eventually found out that this battery, the King Heiser one, which I used, well, it seems that this connection right here, when you've closed the lid of the laptop, sort of like phrase it, or just combines two of the connections together, so it just sort of arcs, and the battery circuit itself, which is, thank goodness it's good, it prevents the battery from probably a thermal runaway or just shorting and frying the cells inside the laptop, which would be horrible, as not only will it burn my entire studio here, it will also damage the laptop. So with that, it was off to another 2 weeks wait as I searched for another replacement battery that doesn't come from this same brand but also looks roughly the same as the original battery, and hopefully it would work and will not have the same fault over here. So yet after another 2 weeks, the same process began, except the removal of the heatsink. So just take out the battery, test the battery, put in, and hopefully close the back cover without it causing this random shutdown. And hooray, it didn't happen anymore. So once the repair process has mostly been completed, I generally like to clean the laptops that I service. So some of the best things I find that is great to clean off like grime and residue on the laptop, especially on the displays and on the palm rest area, is this type of like alcohol swabs. They're quite good, they're quite cheap, you can find it at pharmacies and they come in a huge packet. They're quite decent, I'll say. They really clear off the dirt very well, and they're not as bad as water where it can cause corrosion. This one here is mostly 99% alcohol, so it's quite good. But you shouldn't drink it. And also like a small cloth, my microfiber cloth, just to wipe away the excess alcohol on the laptop would be great. This man decided to clean the laptop, as there's some marks such as like eraser dust, and there's some hand fingerprint marks that I want to remove. So I just took my time to clean it up, and it looked quite good after that. except that there's some weird marks still at the top left hand side due to the aging of the rubber. So overall, this laptop here, I guess is a success as we've repaired the thermal related issue, along with the main issue, which is the battery, which was completely dead as the degradation was about 55%, causing it not to even charge. And for the battery replacements, there were two of them. One of them was a faulty replacement battery, now one was a better one that actually works. As you can see, it's on and there's no power cord connected to it. So with that, we've come to the end of the video. If you guys liked it, leave a like, subscribe, share, comment down below, and I guess I'll see you guys next time. If you say you have any laptop issues, feel free to contact me on Instagram at NWH Productions. And with that, peace out.